I didn't have a chance to talk about Michigan hiring a coach, so I can offer you that here, and you can do whatever you like with it. I think the first thing I want to say to you is nobody knows nothing. Like the hires that are celebrated bomb, the hires that are made fun of succeed. So I hearken, since Rico's not here. Remember, everybody was touching their ball bag about MSU hiring Jonathan Smith in that cycle. And here I was hesitant and a little skeptical, and I brought up my concerns. And now I ended up being right. Okay, who cares? The point is, people made fun of Michigan State for hiring Mark D'Antonio, who was 17-16 out of Cincinnati, and he went on to be the greatest coach in the school's history. You have to use that as a backdrop. All I can offer you about Kyle Whittingham are the things I know. So with that as the backdrop, let me say this. I'm not going to do what a lot of the bought and paid for folks who cover this school are going to do. No, your fifth choice wasn't the perfect hire. Your sixth choice, who you didn't even have on a hot board, isn't the one that made the most sense all along. We're not going to play that game. Okay, there was probably one universal home run hire for this school, and it would have been Kalen DeBoer. The age, the fit, Midwest ties, the offensive approach, the QB development, etc. Home run, right? That guy wasn't coming here. Then you talked about Drinkwitz. Then you talked about Jed Fish. Then you kept talking. Kenny Dillingham. You kept talking. Okay, you end up with Kyle Whittingham. Now, multiple things can be true. I think Kyle Whittingham over the last decade has been one of the 10 best coaches in America. But that's at Utah. Now, Utah's not some minor league program. Don't get it twisted. But this is a guy that's never been east of the Rockies. This is a guy that is a Utah lifer. Now, you step down as head coach of Utah. And I don't know if it had to do with the private equity thing. Depending on what you read, there were people who wanted to move on from him. He is closer to 70 than not, guys. He'll be 67 during the season. And Utah did a private equity deal for about $500 million. Whittingham is old school. Whittingham is tough as nails. He plays a physical brand of football. More on that in a minute. But it's bizarro to me. I can think Whittingham's a very good coach. I could think him going to Michigan at this stage of his career is utterly bizarre. Because you had your program at Utah. So you clearly fell out of favor and you stepped down before they fired you. Okay, fine enough. Happens to good coaches. So you go, all right, well, what's Whittingham here? Well, I can tell you the press conference was quintessential Michigan. It was culty and strange. Whittingham looked very nervous. I guess we really hate Ohio State. It's like, oh, yeah. Oh, boy. I've lived that one. Signed. So you don't know nothing about the rivalry. Now, he took the Holy War very seriously. You have to. Utah, BYU. This is something else. Okay, so that's one concern. Two, I really didn't like what he had to say about his offensive mindset. He was basically like, yeah, the only teams that rush for more yards than us are the service academies. Kyle, you got a $15 million quarterback. I hate to break that to you. I don't know who he's going to staff. I don't know. I know when you read about Kyle Whittingham, he didn't like NIL. He didn't like modern college football. And that's okay. That makes me respect him more. It means he's an adult. I'm just very conflicted about it because it feels like a Band-Aid hire. You don't hire 67-year-olds for long-term stuff. And no, I'm not suggesting anyone you hire is going to have a 15 or 20-year run. Those days are gone. But can I get a decade? Not in this case, you can't. Can I get 7 years? No. I really look at this like it's a 2 to 3 year hire. Because here's the problem. Kyle Whittingham isn't one of you. And one thing your school has shown a refusal to do is really embrace those that are not one of you. Your schedule's a lot more difficult the next 2 years. And this guy who didn't really like the way the sport was going, stepped down from the program he was at, was not on your first couple levels of choice. He comes here. The same things I said about Jonathan Smith, albeit Kyle Whittingham is a better coach. Let me be very clear about that. Michigan is a different beast. If he goes 9-3, you're pissed. If you don't make the playoff, you're pissed. Kyle Whittingham has a very bad record against top 10 teams. He got a bad record against ranked teams. It's bizarre to me. Can it work? Sure it can. If you're willing to spend what it takes, it can work. But he's going to need some help here now, because he ain't going to be the guy using a private jet and pulling in the 5-star guy. He needs a staff to do that. Come on, who are we kidding? Unless Kyle Whittingham, if this is his like Harvey Dent Two-Face phase, and he's going to go heel turn, and he's going to show Utah what they're missing out on, and all of a sudden Kyle Whittingham shows up in like assless chaps and a top hat, and he's throwing money all over the place. Sure, it's possible, but none of it adds up to me. So yes, I do chuckle when people, this is brilliance. It's like, well, then why wasn't he your first choice? He was available right when Sharon was busy getting his wick wet. So what are we talking about? Yes, he's a good coach. Yes, he'll play physical football. I thought more of him before he took the job, to be honest with you, because I don't know why he'd want to go to a cesspool like Ann Arbor, but so be it. He's here. It can work, but I think it comes with some major questions. And I do wonder about a guy near 70, no ties to the Big Ten, no ties to the Midwest. A lot of coaches who come here from other places. Look, I've seen it multiple times in my school's history, and you saw it in yours. Whether it's Rich Rod, John L. Smith, Jonathan Smith, the Big Ten hits different. Just like the SEC, it hits different. Kyle, you're not messing around the Pac-12 or the Big 12 anymore. This is the big leagues. It's different. So, I mean, I could ask your opinion of it. It's kind of a fruitless pursuit because, I don't know, fans of college teams don't really like to be honest about their college teams. Everything's the greatest thing ever. Like, hey, I didn't sit here and go crazy about Pat Fitzgerald. What did I say to you guys? I mean, here's the good, here's the bad. He's going to need a major staff. He's going to need major dollars. I thought it was fine enough. I think Whittingham is, considering the situation Michigan was in, fine enough. I think he's a B-. But there's a lot of question marks here. Because, guys, work with me on this. True or false, coaching in college football has become a young man's game. True or false? It's true. You're hiring a guy who's damn near my father's age. And I love my father. But I wouldn't send my dad to the grocery store with an expansive grocery list. He'd still forget something. Like, this guy's damn near 70. So, look, I'm not mad if you like it. I like Kyle Whittingham. I just don't like him here. And it does feel like kind of a bias sometime hire. You don't have a president. The AD's on the rocks. Come here. Keep your pants on. Don't do anything unscrupulous. And let's see if we can duct tape together a playoff appearance here. And then at the end of all of this, you'll be 70 and we're getting rid of you. That's what it feels like to me. Why did Whittingham do it? I don't know. It's not my business. I don't really care either. Some of these guys, coaching is in their bones. They'll die coaching. Fine. Cutscene. Did Utah want him anymore? Could he have stayed if he wanted to? Now, again, he's got to put a staff together. A lot of today's coaches, the staff has become more important than ever because the staff is the one doing a lot of the recruiting, doing the portaling, the film breakdown. You're presenting your work to the coach, and the coach goes green light, red light, and then it's the money. Show me the staff he puts together. And obviously, like, I know the first thing that's going to be is, okay, we're gonna talk about Bryce Underwood. All right. Well, no, this wouldn't be the coach I would have hired if I were catering to him. No. So again, I think Whittingham's been one of the 10, 12 best coaches in America over the last decade. I think he did a really nice job at Utah, but that doesn't mean he's a fit here. And I'll be honest, I just wouldn't be in a business of hiring guys approaching 70. It's just, it doesn't add up to me. But you weren't in a good spot. Did you hire a good man? Yes. Did you hire a guy who's going to play physical ball? Yes. You're going to run the football. But no, I'm not going to go crazy over it because, like I said, it's a young man's game. And the only hire I would have gone crazy over, like, hey, that's a home. DeBoer would have been a home run. Maybe I could have worked my way with Jed Fish, but that never materialized. I had concerns about the Dillingham thing too, and he's a young coach. So, bottom line, I think he can steady the ship. I think he'll keep his pants on. I don't think there'll be any butter knives. I don't think there'll be any mistresses. I don't think there'll be any cheating. I think it's a stabilizer. I think you can try to buy some credibility in that regard, and he'll keep you afloat. And maybe he tricks around and makes one playoff. But no, I don't think it's long-term. And I think it's okay to have a few questions. So, I don't know. I don't think that that's some overly negative take. I don't think it's overly positive. I try not to go crazy on coaching hires in college. We'll get some of your phone calls. 248-539-9797. It's 97.1.